Hello, hello. Today I have my reaction to the Ask the Team questions, which were done 4 days ago. So I'm running a little bit late, but who would I be if I wasn't? We have 6 questions, or 6 answers, I guess, is what they're saying, and they relate to pub games, holidays and festivals, pets, Palia's content release schedule, technology, and social channels. One of these questions sounds very familiar to something that everybody's been complaining at me to stop talking about, or that I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'd love to see what their answer is regarding that. Okay, so the first question, will Palia feature recreational games, or will we have to come up with our own, or anything like that? Okay, so basically there won't be these games at launch, although it probably will fit into the playstyle of Palia, so these might come out over time with patches and updates to the game, which is a fairly nice answer, and it does actually answer the question. I like it. The second question is about festivals and how they will be handled in the game. Will they be tied to real life events? Will they be tied to a calendar? And how important are they in the game, considering that most traditional life sims use them quite frequently? So yeah, there will be both seasonal and non-seasonal events, and they'll be drawing from inspirations from holidays all over the world. Woo! However, when it comes to the nitty-gritty around how events will be reflected in the day-night cycle, or even the number of events throughout the years, those aren't yet determined, but should be pretty soon-ish. Right now, they're still focusing on designing and testing fundamental functionality, which changes a lot of this stuff. Okay, so the next question, will we see animal husbandry in the future? Because every other farming sim game seems to have a version of this. This is apparently a question they get a lot, and it should be completely understandable since it's pretty important to the farming field, considering ranching is like half of the things that farmers do. I know. I grew up with farmers. I have farmers in my family. Half of them have cows. When they last answered, they agreed that pets would be a great fit for Palia and that it would make sense to, support multiple distinct pets. But, yeah, that's just pets. They don't really seem to have an animal husbandry system, which is pretty disappointing for the ranchers in us. Okay, so how advanced will the technology question be? And this is one that I'm personally pretty interested in because it looks like we're 3,000 years out from a great civilization. How much of this technology from the previous humans have they repurposed or learned about, and how much have they just completely ignored? Okay, so Palia is apparently set in the rough equivalent of the early industrial age, which, doesn't really mean much to me. Where are they during this earlier industrial age? Are they in an industrialized country? Are they in a non-industrialized country? Who knows? But they use clean energy instead of fossil fuels. And yeah, this is mostly done to strike a balance with nature because their witchery are based off of elf creatures. So yeah, there you go. But magic also plays a role in the history and technological evolution of Palia, which basically means that things are not one-to-one with the industrial age here because they had magic, and that changes how a lot of stuff works. Unfortunately, they didn't seem to answer the question of how, if in any ways, human technology of the past affects, their technology of the day. But I guess that wasn't really the question. And they also asked specifically about tractors and irrigation systems for the farmer, if it'll be done by hand. It's mostly done by hand, although there are some things like steam-powered tractors that could exist in the world. So what kind of ongoing things will the team do to ensure the longevity of the game? Remember, live service games. Woo! But yeah, no, they need regular things. And this question is from PixelSean, who is a YouTuber who made content on Palia for a while and then got accepted into the alpha test and has mostly stopped. Okay, so they agree that new content is crucial to the longevity of the game, and they regularly plan to support it with a patch about every 2 weeks. They're a new studio making a new live service game. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be spread out a lot. These could be delayed due to things like holidays or other internal factors, like hackathons, which we've talked about in the past with their how stories got made and how things get added to the game video from a very long time ago. Yeah, some patches would be bigger, some would be smaller and would be focused around things like quality of life, decor, and outfits. And, you know, some patches might be on new skills, community features, or expanding the story of the game. So basically, yeah, they plan to have about 24 patches a year, which I don't think is sustainable, but we will find out. And is there any chance for the community chat Q&A stream type thing, like on YouTube or Twitch? This sounds very vaguely like something that I pulled up in my video that everybody keeps yelling at me about. So yeah, they are super eager to get a stream going on YouTube or Twitch, not just because it's a great way to get the community involved, but also it's a benefit to the studio to chat directly with excited Palians. Oh my goodness, somebody that agrees with me. After looking at the entirety of my comments, I started to believe that not a single person agreed with me. But it looks like Singularity 6 does. It looks like they're going to be trying to push live streaming back until, you know, closer to release, although there are some plans in the works to share more information about the games on things like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube community, which, I'll be honest, out of all of these things, YouTube is the one thing that they really need to work on utilizing, because they don't. As they get closer to bringing in more testers, they plan on ramping up their communication on the site's blog, which is another place that they give information quite regularly. They also do not want to release too much information because they want people to experience the game fresh and still have things to discover, which is nice, although I think most of what people want to confirm is what will and will not possibly be in the game, or things like what is your mindset when it comes to developing certain features, because they tell us a lot about the game. For example, half of their MMO-based questions were answered as if they had never played MMOs before, which is a scary thought. And with that, we have, well, all of their questions. And they have announced that their Submit Your Question will be open 24/7 with individual questions being answered in a thread every Friday. So we have more content to milk. They've done it. This is actually a rollback to closer to what it was like in the early days of the announcement, where they were just answering questions willy-nilly. But now it's hopefully handled better. So how do I feel about these answers? I actually feel like these are a step in the right direction. They're pretty good answers. They chose pretty decent questions. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with these. I'm a little bit worried about the fact that all of our questions and answers are going to be done in, well, threads. So like, for example, I'm super excited for this game. We love this question. Are the designers open to cosplayers, or would developers prefer the designs not to be used yet? See? And then they go and answer it. This mostly means that I will have to dig for answers more. And, you know, dig for questions. So that's the monthly question and answers for February or January. I guess this was January, but answered in February. And there are changes to how they are doing answers in the future. so we might not get monthly videos, or I might still make these monthly. I don't know. Have a good day, and thank you for watching.